don't actually have to play the game.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that you're not actually in the server impacting those things, it can be so nerve-wracking watching these people play the game.
True.
And you can't even do anything except watch until you can talk to them later.
It's funny, I've heard that from the analysts as well.
Yeah.
They're almost more nervous because they have no
Dude,
impact
so
on how it shakes
yeah.
out. So that is very funny as we do see the ban phase start up here. OUG, get rid of that Magneto. Don't want to see it. The torch guaranteed almost every time here from the side of 100 Thieves, locking in that Luna once again for Millennia. I do think that is something, those two on the front will not change in this series.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I wonder if we'll see a first ban even for that Luna Snow to throw off Millennia. I wouldn't hate that. I know you and me talk about individual specific bans. I don't think that's changed all that much in the Ignite mid-season, considering how the fact that if you can find a weakness on the opposite side, OUG, I don't know how much they know about Millennia, right? Maybe that surprise factor has maybe caught them off guard because of the fact that Millennia, really, I wonder how many strategists he plays at the current moment, right? If you target those strategists, you could really remove a lot of his hero pool, force him onto something else, right? Because, I mean, I don't know about you, Shiv, but when I fill, I just play Luna Snow.
Yeah.
I've not played any other stuff. Even if Cloak and Dagger is theoretically easy, haven't touched the hero much because as a duelist main, focused on that, right? And for Millennia, he was a duelist main before transferring over to being a coach and a sub for this
Great
team.
Call.
So I wonder if that would be a good idea for OUG. What you talked about earlier, going for a bit more of a generalized ban system with the Magneto, with the Loki, the Torch, as well as the Psylocke because of the Emma Frost Protect this time. Making sure they get rid of that is probably crucial. The fact they don't want to give Delena the team up, but it wasn't that big of a deal. We saw map number 1, Delena on the Psylocke, so I wonder if that's even a mistake ban on the opposite side, Chip. We have the Torch ban, we have a Mantis ban. Makes a lot of sense, I think, for a team like OUG. The targeted bans out of 100 Thieves have been nice so far.
Yeah, I have to agree with you there. I do think this has been more of a ban win. I would say for OUG, but it's difficult now because, you know.
No, man, I don't think it is. I feel like OUG's draft is just not the best. They're just a really talented team that can flex. It doesn't matter too much what the band, how it goes.
Yeah, I actually agree with you fully. I don't think that has been, because I do think they're missing the department of what they're actually strong at. I don't think they do understand the changes.
It's all it is they could get maybe a little bit more value, right? Maybe not banning out the Torch, maybe banning Terra in his Phoenix, maybe not banning Delena on that Psylocke, who is now over to Hela of all things. We haven't seen this man play the Hela in forever, and Milan on the hero he's known for, Shiv. Dude, oh my goodness.
Out goes the Iron Man. Yeah, they have been electing to get rid of TTK off the rip almost every time with that Magneto. I think Magneto at this meta is definitely much stronger than Strange, at least at this, at this level of play, right? But yeah, Mulan, this is a great Iron Man map.
And this is after the Iron Man nerfs too, right?
Sure. Yeah, I think still very strong. I think the ult is difficult to get value with unless there is an open window for something like, the Eternal Bond coming out, a ton of movement there. But it's just the verticality of this map and how quickly you can move around with Iron Man that enables him to play strong here. I think this is likely one of, if not the most Iron Man friendly maps that there are in the game, because it does allow you to have a ton of range while still playing aggro. And when you have that Ultron as well, which very similarly is incredibly strong at this map, it is a scary comp to go against, but they did not want to run the triple off the rip. Taro gonna find Delena early. Molan gonna try to chase down there with the beam. And we do see them walking them back towards the spawn door.
And see, this is the tough part against doing this triple strategist with specifically the Ultron, right? In the sky, not only do you have the team up with Iron Man going over to that Ultron, but you sort of create like this Iron Dome in the sky. Like it's just constantly Iron Man and Ultron pressuring you from the high ground. So if you pressure one, you're focused by the other, and we saw that for Delena. And he goes down again to Milan.
Wow, the maximum pulse getting some value after I discussed how difficult it can be at this level. We see TTK. We see the Eternal Bond. Qs are being popped here for 100 Thieves. Vinny is going to be on that Groot, a very, very strong Groot player that we have not seen as consistently played recently, but with those bans of Magneto, it does enable that a little bit more. Taro Cookie holding this high side positioning out. We go, the Meteor Ram gets popped. As Vinny takes out Headlot in the sky. Svald gonna res Headlot immediately. Sometimes that's all you need is one. Svald finds Harvey. Terra gonna find one. Delena on Headlot, back and forth, but Delena with two on the Star-Lord. TTK on the height here with Emma, and this is gonna be a good pick for TTK, who is very comfortable on the Emma.
Yeah, and that's the tough part, unfortunately, when you don't play the Mantis alongside OUG's composition because of the fact that it's banned. Your Adam Warlock loses a little bit of that lethality that we see, right? I mean, Adam Warlock always so strong with the damage boost, and now they're swapping off of it, right? They're going Xiao Zhang going over to that Luna Snow. I think he's been on it actually already. Taro's going to go over to that Psylocke's fall, back over to the Invisible Woman in Mulan. Going to go over to that Wolverine to counter Vinny, right? That's the entire point of going to this composition. Ganbei over to that Groot as well, make sure that Vinny is not as comfortable on that hero and also force Delena onto something else. Vinny actually counter swaps now over back to Captain America.
Okay.
So they both are counter swapping each other at the current moment.
Yeah, which is, you know, in ladder, maybe not worth always one-tricking. I do understand it because it's not team play and you can get away with it a little more effectively, but switching is definitely, you know, when you manage it properly is definitely the most effective way to play the game if you are struggling as a team. But getting ahead of it early like this is a great sign of a coordinated, strong team. And here we go with Delena. Gonna keep holding that height, try to get that legend once more. Did not find too much value off the rip. We do have Mulan with that tackle is threatening near that off map on the left. Emma plays very strong right here too for TTK. There's a ton of threat and will allow them to play a little more aggro on the left, but Taro Cookie finds Terra on the right again. And out we go with the dance, and it's going to get a few. Make that two. Do I see three? Bang! Taro Cookie cleaning up the rest.
Yep, Terra, we talked about flexibility of this team. Milan playing Psylocke earlier. Now Terra comes back through on the Psylocke of his own. And just one dance to the Butterflies gets the job done. 100 Thieves holding on to their ultimates for the upcoming fight. Going to be building up a lot of theirs too. Delena is, interestingly enough, on the Wolverine to counter Ganbei as well. And I wonder how much Delena sort of played it, similar to how Cal plays Wolverine sometimes. Usually it's Delena to be on that Phoenix and Terra on the Wolverine, but it's a matter of sort of the situation at hand. Terra's going to be on that Phoenix instead of him.
And here we go again. Great Psionic Seduction. Good bubble to hold off. That bubble can actually be used as an LOS break, so you do not have that all affect you. But TTK is going to start walking towards that point. That's going to give him the ability to off-map with the kick on Emma. And a good push there. Doesn't find one. Terra going to clean up Petlot there. Harvey holding on, does have that Eternal. Will it be used? No, instead, we will see a match back. Out goes Phoenix from Terra onto Sval. That's a huge pick after we see that invisible boundary fall. Vinny just owning and taking that space, being a distraction. Milan with a three is going to sweep up TTK and Delena and Vinny. Wow, what a play.
Yeah, absolutely what a play there from Milan. And, you know, coming into this fight, we'll see how 100 Thieves want to play. They do have the Captain America ultimate ready to go. Delena as well with his ultimate. See what OUG want to do on their upcoming fight. Right now, 100 Thieves walking in. 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go. You know, he can create sort of that space on the back line from Vinny, maybe force out these this early Meteor M. We'll see what they want to do right now as 100 Thieves. They can combine maybe Terra and Delena on this in this upcoming fight as OUG. Oh no, Millennia. Nice freeze.
Yeah, and that's a great right click. The freeze for the KO on Taro. Vinny gonna find Mulan. That's a lot of free space. They're gonna walk this puppy down now as Vinny gonna clean up Petlot, and that could be enough for point two. 100 Thieves looking very good on this map.
Yeah, didn't even need anything right there. I mean, good pick off there. TTK does commit the Sonic Seduction, but with those ultimates, they're moving to the third phase of this map, and that's scary for OUG, considering on the previous map, they didn't get here until about a minute left on the clock. So for 100 Thieves, this is huge, considering, you know, maybe you have a little bit more time to cap out the full map. And OUG, you saw how they struggled in third phase at the very last second and faltered. So when the tensions get high, we'll see how both teams prepare for this upcoming fight.
Up we go with the last stand. Didn't look incredible with the tackle back after. Good idea. Great push off there for the side of OUG, still holding on. Zhao gonna use that dance floor, press them forward with the fate of both worlds. Out goes the laser. Ton of damage out, match right back by Harvey. No ult to counter here from Mulan, who's very close to that ult, but no, does not work. Terra gonna buy time in the sky, wait for the optimal moment. Did not get too much value, but this does give them space. We talk about them taking that point with ult advantage, and that is a ton of value. When you lose point, you want to at least ensure the team committed a ton of abilities or ultimates, but no, did not happen on that last point, and here we go. Whoa, 360 does not work out as Terra finds Taro Cookie, and now numbers are back for 100 Thieves on the attack. Remember, spawn advantage heavily in the favor of OUG. Up we go with Headlot, and that Meteor M, does it land? It does! Millennia goes down. Delena gonna find Headlot. Mulan onto Vinny now. Back and forth we go, as numbers are up for OUG just due to the spawn. TTK gonna walk back and try to help with the Venom, but no, Spald gonna drop Delena. Taro Cookie onto Terra, and that's gonna be a reset.
Yeah, space created there by Headlot, who is now going over to that Emma Frost off of that Magneto just for a little bit extra damage and to give Taro the team up for this last fight. I mean, the neutral, that should be huge. CDK as well. Sonic Seduction available. We'll see if Harvey yet again can build that eternal bond. He's been a savior for this team. Zhao, or OUG on the opposite side. Zhao can take a little bit longer. Nice walls, by the way, from Vinny early on.
TTK with that Psionic, out we go with the dance. Ganbei, Headlot, Mulan, and that's a ton. TTK matches one, but you still got one more fight. Reset as a team, and do not stagger now because that could end this map for you. 40 seconds on the clock for 100 Thieves. Ult from TTK ready shortly with Vinny, Harvey 2, Terra, and Delena going to be there in this fight. This could be everything for them, but Mulan with that maximum pulse has potential. Zhao with that Fate of Both Worlds. TTK with the Psionic to lead. Will it be enough? Up we go. It does not find anyone on the trance, and that's a tough look, but it did give a little bit of space. It's gone Bay going to look for the back line. Bang! Here they come. Iron Man gets tackled out of the sky. TTK says not today, and great cancel there as Terra, Vinny, Harvey find 3, and it's going to be a final meter battle for the W on this push for 100 Thieves.
Yep, and in overtime, no less. We've seen TTK do those type of things before. I mean, the grab out of the sky on the Emma Frost. This man really is one of the best Emma Frost players in the world. But like you said, Chip, last fight, Territory's fall. Going to have that ult for the card. We'll see if Millennia can build his ult in this upcoming fight. They do have the combination of Delena and Terra as well. Their duelist frontline damage output is here, honestly, with that damage available.
And here we go, the spin to win from the, ooh, wait, no, Svalb, Gunbay, 2 down. Terra makes it a little bit more close, but still not close enough to let up in the sky, but it's not gonna work through this invisible boundary. Terra Cookie on a Delena and Harvey, and that's gonna call it here. I don't think Terra can clutch this up, no. Gets burned out of ultimate. TTK trying to hold on, but it won't be for too long, as they are heavily down in numbers. Will the teleport get in here in time from Vinny? The walk goes out. It is a, oh, they do manage to get it with a millimeter on the OT, but it will not be enough. Mulan, right back. Return to sender, headlock onto Harvey, and they are going to hold before point 3. Just waiting out this dance floor now, trying to put some damage out. Can they return this? I don't believe so. OT does extend that timer. Vinny trying to get back to Lena, but it will not be for long as Taro and Svalb clean up the rest.
Is this the exact same situation that we saw on the previous map? I believe it was 109 meters last time. Now we're at 106, man. So, Jesus Christ. I mean, Milan there in that fight, you know,